and Renee. So let's just get into it, shall we? What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Shay Renee. We are back. Oh my God, am I frozen? I'm frozen, child. Can y'all hear me at least? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know if y'all can hear me, child. This is too much. I don't know what is going on with this here computer. Hold on, let me see what my camera is doing. Y'all can hear me? Am I frozen on screen to y'all? Child. This camera does not want to be my friend today, child. This is a mess. Hold on, let me take her down. This camera, terrible. That's on my computer. Let me see if it'll come back up correct. That's why I was so late, y'all. The thing don't want to act right. The thing don't want to act right, honey. All right. Well, we're gonna have to take me off the screen for a second, cause homegirl don't want to act right. Okay, my camera. What the hell? I don't know what's going on here. All right, let me turn it off and turn it back on. But what's up, y'all? Thank y'all so much for joining. Thank y'all for working with me through my technicalities, okay? Because this here camera, she don't want to act right today. And I don't know why. I've been working with her for the last 15 minutes. But the first part was my fault because I didn't plug the joker in. I thought it was plugged up, but it wasn't. So that was my fault. But we'll get to it. All right, let me speak to the peoples in the chat. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Okay. Thank you on this good Saturday. I just came back from working out this morning. Traveled into DC to go and step with one of my good friends. She had a class this morning. So I'm feeling very energetic, very ready to be on here and talk to the peoples. Okay. Kalani says, oh man, I have moderator duties at 2 p.m. Crazy. Both channels I moderate for are doing a collab show. Oh, that's awesome. They're hip hop music channels. Have fun talking about Crazy, Delulu, Leslie, and Leslie and them, Shay and chat. Yeah, Leslie definitely is delusional and she got a lot of shit going on this week. But we're going to get into it like we always do. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Let's see if this thing want to come back on correctly. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Here I go. Okay. All right, y'all. Don't be talking about my hair. I got to do my hair. All right. So we got this here hat on, matching the shirt and things. But we got stuff to do today. Linnell Seiler is in the building. What's up? Thank you so much for joining. I'm giving y'all directions in the chat as to why I'm not up on here. Okay. LaQuanda Govan is here. She says, hey, Shay and chat. What up? Miss Edith is here. She says, good morning, Shay mods in chat. Good morning. Well, this is good afternoon now, Miss Edith, where I am, but maybe you are somewhere where it's still morning time and you got some more day ahead of you. Okay. We got Sandra Henson in the chat. She says, yes. Okay, this is where y'all were saying whether y'all can hear me. And I was frozen. Okay, let me know if I am frozen now. Am I frozen now? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me and see me. Okay. I'm in New Mexico. Oh, that's why, Miss Edith. Okay. Well, you are where the sun is shining. Okay. Charlene W says, "Hey Shay and chat, what's up?" Charlene is also one of my members. Thank you for joining. Okay, all right, y'all. Let's get into the beyond the gates. Let me ask y'all a question. Let me ask y'all a quick little question. Okay, why don't nobody on beyond all the gates look out the peephole? I just want to know, because Leslie, she goes over to the people's hotel rooms and just go up in the hotel rooms and things. People just letting her in. She go over to the Dupree's house and don't nobody look out the peephole or the door or the vivid camera of it all. Don't nobody look to see who it is, for they just open up the door. Okay, I like to say that these people think they live in Mayberry. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You think you live in Mayberry, okay? Because people that live in Mayberry, they likes to kick the bobo. They ain't got a care in the world. You know what I'm talking about? And there's minimal crime, nothing going on. And I think that's what the people think here on Beyond the Gates. Okay, we've already proven that the people that work there, the security, they're not securing shit. Okay, they ain't securing shit. Okay, because Allison got back there and stole somebody, stole they granddaughter, the Vernon and Anita's granddaughter. They stole Chelsea. Mm-hmm. And then baby girl Leslie, Dana Leslie, she has not bought a house in the community just yet. Ain't bought a house yet. But she keep getting in there. And she got a membership to the country club, but yet she keeps, you can go to the country club right now. But you keep going over people's house. Yeah. Uh-huh. I am confusion. I'm a level of confusion of all of this. So let's move on, y'all. This week gave us a lot of challenging things to think about. Okay, and y'all not gonna like my thoughts on Nicole and this here stuff with Ted. I don't think y'all gonna like it. But that's okay. We're gonna talk through it. We're gonna talk through it. We're gonna talk on through it. Montrez Jones is in the building. She says, "Hey Shay Renee, hey y'all, what's up? What's up? Thank you so much for joining, Montrez. Okay." So, yes, this week we suffer through Ashley asking Derek to marry her. Okay. We also realize that Shanice uncovers the fact, and we're going to talk about them first because they are the least ones that we care about. Okay. The least. I don't know why the writers don't understand. We don't give a damn about Ashley or Derek. I understand that they want to continue to intertwine and intermingle them into the story as best that they can. Okay. I get it. We got a color quota on here. We understand that it is the black people soap opera. Okay. But we got to have some WPs in here somewhere. And these two seem to be the ones that y'all are fixated on having up in here with a real storyline. And Ashley, I'm still not getting it. Still don't care. Still don't care. So Ashley ends up proposing to Derek, y'all. And here's the reason why Ashley is proposing to Derek. I believe that Ashley now wants to be with Derek because she feels bad. I think Ashley feels like she's the reason why Derek is injured. He was going extremist activities so he can get his mind off of their breakup, so on and so forth. Here's my thing, Ashley. If you broke up with Derek, it doesn't fucking matter what he did. It doesn't matter what he's done after y'all have broken up. You turned down this man's marriage proposal, okay? You decided that you wanted to go see the ocean, the trees, the whales, and the seas with Andre. That's what you said you wanted to do. You wanted to go to Paris. Honestly, I think that Ashley just wants that black snake moan. That's what I think. I think Ashley wants the black dick. That's what I think. Mm-hmm. There's no chemistry whatsoever, none to the ever, with Ashley and Andre. So I don't understand. What here? Let me tell y'all why I don't like Ashley's character. Number one, I feel like she is a Karen in the making. That's what I think. I think that Andre is a fixation for her. I think that Ashley, I don't like, and this is no matter what color you are, I don't like indecisive women. Ashley is the type of person that she goes wherever the wind blows her with her feelings, and she's steadfast with how she thinks. She thinks that she's right all the time. She's the one, she wants to be in control of a situation, in control of everybody around her, but none of the shit that she does makes any sense. Absolutely no sense. You were really willing to give up your entire relationship. You were willing to give up your entire relationship for Andre, somebody that's a known player. You have all these things and wheels and twirls inside your head and examples of showing you how, why, and it doesn't make sense for you to be pining after this man. You had really no reason to kick Derek to the curb. You were all so in love with Derek. Then, and my thing is, all the things that she complained about with Derek, you saw all of this stuff when he was living with his roommates. So I just really didn't understand the big shift. Like, oh, I hate it because now you in my apartment. I think that Derek just got on Ashley's nerves. She didn't want to be with Derek anymore. And now she has this new thing with Andre where, she's fixated on trying to be with Andre. That's what I think is going on. And now she seems to be confused. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. My bad, y'all. My son came in the house and make sure he don't making all the damn noise. Okay. Um, what y'all saying in the chat? Mrs. Edith says, I think a more interesting storyline would be if Joey was Ashley's father. Now that would be way interesting. Way more. You know what? That is good. Melrose one says, I'm okay with Ashley being engaged to Derek if it keeps her away from Andre. Me too. Because there is, the thing is, I'm trying to figure out, I'm saying all this to say, y'all, I'm trying to figure out why. Why Ashley? Her character is not compelling. It's not. I am more interested in, oh, hold on, y'all. Sorry, y'all. My friend that don't never really call, she called and I said, "Oh, I got to get this because it may be serious, child. She don't be making no phone calls, okay?" Um, but yes. So Andre and Ashley, I'm trying to figure out why Ashley is like, why are the writers trying to make Ashley a thing? Why is her character something that down the line in the next 200 episodes that they've created where her character will be more interesting? I think that her character makes much more sense with Derek. She doesn't look right with Andre. There's no real chemistry between the two of them. I would have liked for them to develop more of Shanice's character. Shanice has more main character energy than Ashley does. I think they're trying to force Ashley on us. Vanessa is way more interesting than Ashley. Ashley, just as a character, the character person playing Ashley, her acting skills are not good enough, and we're not excited about her. We're just not excited about her. So it really irks me every time we continue to try to make her main character energy. It's just really not. I would have rather them try to create some type of love triangle. If you had to have Danny in it in some kind of way, if Shanice and Danny and Andre, that would have been way more interesting. Ashley could have remained the little goofy little friend of Andre's, not a love interest, because it just doesn't make sense. And I'm tired of them trying to make fetch happen. That's just all it is. That's all it is. So Derek, we find out, is over here faking his injury, like faking like he's not getting better. So Shanice is like, listen, she goes into the room and she's checking on Derek and she says, listen, I feel like you getting better and you ain't telling me. You would tell me if you getting better, right? And he says, yeah, I tell you, but I'm not getting better. Ashley already came in here and examined me and I'm not getting better. I'm not getting better. And I'm like, Derek, you a fool, because at the end of the day, Ashley said that she would be with you whether you're getting better or not. She's already signed up to wheel you around and, pop wheelies with you in the wheelchair. She says she okay with that. She feels like she loves you no matter what, and fate told her that she don't need to be with Andre. Girl, boo and bye to Ashley and all this convoluted bullshit that she has flowing around in her head. She thinks that everything is full of fate, but she is really just full of shit. She don't know what she wants still. And the fact that she had Andre come all the way up to the hospital checking on Derek. Mind you, Andre, why are you coming up here checking on Derek? Just why? Why are we coming up here to check on Derek? Why? So he goes up there to check on Derek because him and Ashley are friends. And so Ashley's like, you know what? I just really wanted to just tell you myself. She has Andre come into the room. Now Andre comes up there wearing this outfit. I understand that the girls and the guys are now onto this monochromatic stuff. And my girl Shade in the City was so hilarious. I was thinking before I even saw that his outfit looked like old and new mustard. Okay, it definitely looked like old when we need to go and throw that out, and new mustard mixed together. Okay, we got to go and shake that joker up and see what we got in the middle. All right, that's what his outfit looked like to me. But Shade in the City said it looked like two different flavors of mustard. Shout out to her. They are a dynamic duo and they are so hilarious. They actually review the show every day, right along with So What You Think podcast. Okay, so if you want to look for if you want to see up to date reviews of Beyond the Gates, beyond the Saturdays that I'm going to do it, you can check them out every day. They do reviews every day, those two channels. But moving on, Andre comes in here in this monochromatic outfit and, multicolored yellows, and he's basically upset. And Ashley's like, yeah, well, we're engaged, and I just wanted you to know. And I proposed. It's like, Ashley, go ahead and pour some salt on the wound. That gave me very much Karen behavior. Because if you want to come up here and kind of shove my nose in shit, why? Y'all are not together. You didn't need to somehow break up with Andre. Why did you have to throw it in his face that you and Derek are engaged? And now, and then furthermore, I want you to know I asked him. He didn't ask me. You and Andre not that damn close where y'all talking that freaking much where it really mattered that much. Y'all had already agreed. You already agreed that he ain't for you, and he said you ain't for him. He gonna go back over here with Danny because you already done rejected him. Let it burn. Why did you bring him into the room? I don't know if she did that to try to make Derek feel better because Derek is still somehow feeling like, oh, maybe she still wants Andre, so I got to sit up in this hospital room and act like something's wrong with me still. I got to put it on even thicker so that she won't leave me for Andre. And the fact that Derek still feels like he has to worry about that, you got to let that go. You got to let it go. Okay? So moving on, we get on over here to Eva and her delusional ass mama Leslie. This is the thing. I opened up the video talking about how don't nobody check the peephole, don't nobody ask no questions about who at they door. I don't understand how Leslie keeps on getting around these people willingly, or so easily rather. Why do they keep on letting her in their house? Why does Ted keep letting her into their hotel room? Eva is grown as fuck, okay? She doesn't need parenting. She doesn't, they don't need to co-parent her. At this point, she's a grown-ass woman. And if she needs advice from her parents, she can go to whichever parent she seeks the advice from. If she needs something, she can go to whichever parent she needs something from. They don't need to communicate or collaborate because Eva is grown as hell. And I'm really getting disturbed with the Leslie character though, because at first it was funny. It was like, oh, okay, there was a staple understanding that somebody has to be the villain, right? We understand that that's just how it works with soap operas. Somebody got to be the bad guy, but the bad guy gets caught at some point. And Leslie, it seemed like the writers just totally forgot that almost unalived Laura, not once but twice. Where is Mona? Why is Leslie able to walk into Ted and Nicole's house willy-nilly without the house manager catching her? People just letting her in the house. So Leslie shouldn't have even been able to go over to Nicole's house to tell her that she was taking their house, or that Ted was signing the house over to her, or whatever the case may be. I don't understand why they continue to allow Leslie around them. The Duprees don't owe Leslie shit. Because at the end of the day, Ted slept with Leslie, not one of the daughters. Why are you so obsessed with the Dupree family? That's what I don't want to. I want to dive deeper into that. We need a better understanding of why Leslie. I get that she's obsessed with the lifestyle that the Duprees live, but she is also obsessed with the Duprees individually. And I don't like how the story is leading to. We're going to get to a point where Leslie goes and has a conversation with Anita. We're going to get to that in the plot line at some point. But Leslie's going to need to figure out who her father is now that she knows who her mother is and she's unmasked this large amount of wealth, right? I'm going to be really upset if they try to lean this story towards Vernon Dupree being Leslie's daddy. Because there was no indication in the beginning that Barbara had any dealings or any interactions with Vernon whatsoever. Apparently, they've all known each other since they were little kids. The group was formed well before Anita even met Vernon. I feel like they were well into their career once Anita met Vernon. So I'm not sure why people are speculating that Vernon could possibly be the father. If anything, that's room to create another character and bring Dante onto the show, because that makes more sense that Dante would have been sleeping with Barbara, and that's why he tried to bar her from being a part of the group. It doesn't make sense for Vernon to be the dad. So I just really wish people would stop with that scenario, because it doesn't make any sense. And it really would not make sense for the storyline. It would really be stupid, because why can't any of the relationships work out? Why now Vernon got to be a bad husband too? And it also has pissed me off with this whole scenario with Leslie. Leslie, now she done took her ass over to Ted's place because she's sitting down having a conversation with Eva, and Eva tells her that she just came from talking to Ted. Ted is so distraught over Nicole because he had just come from the Dupree's house where they're taking bets on how quickly Nicole is going to leave him, or this, how he will not ever get Nicole back. And as I told y'all in my last review, I think it's fucked up that the Duprees have accepted Bill consistently. People are rallying for Bill and Danny to get back together when this man has repeatedly cheated on Danny and treated her like shit and embarrassed the fuck out of her. And he did the ultimate deal of marrying you. You not only embarrassed your wife, you embarrassed your daughter too. You went and married your daughter's best friend. Which can't nobody tell me that Haley isn't some plant placed into the Dupree family to cause some shit. We still got to learn her story, because I don't know if Haley and Randy are brother and sister, and this is a scheme that Todd set up between the two of them to come to the Duprees with the bullshit. And Bill is just weak, and he was the one that fell for the schemes. Yeah, there's something with that whole Haley situation, but we're going to get into that later on down the line. I believe the story is going to progress into that. But Eva and this conversation with Leslie, let's get back to that. Eva, you're the problem. Cardi B just came out with her new album. Shout out to her. That says, I am the problem. Eva, you are the problem. Am I the problem? Eva, you are the problem. Okay? You are the problem. Because Eva, you enable your mother's behavior. You enable your mother's stupid behavior. So by you going over here and telling, she had just had a conversation with Ted. Ted is all distraught because he has the divorce papers. The family humiliated him. He just said, why do y'all keep accepting Bill? And Bill, he done embarrassed the hell out of your daughter. I cheated years ago, 20 years ago, but I've been a devoted husband since then. But y'all are easily trying to throw me out to the trash. But y'all quickly forget, I also have been a part of y'all fixation, y'all fixing of things to clean up, to keep this family image squeaky clean by changing up Kenny's face. Because I performed the surgery. And I have also had y'all back. But yet y'all keep on accepting this chronic cheater, this man that has chronically embarrassed your daughter, forced y'all to come to his wedding, still wants to be a part of y'all, but wants to continue to disrespect your daughter. I haven't done any of that, according to this is Ted. So now Nicole wants to feel bad for him. So she begins to have a conversation with Anita that we will discuss. But Eva runs right over to her mama because she had this conversation with Ted while he's drunk. And, you know, Ted is distraught. He's like, please, Eva, give me a hug. He needs some affection, you know, blah, blah, blah. So she goes over there to tell her mama. So instead of, first of all, Eva, you know that your mother is evil and she's crazy. She's lost all of her marbles where it comes to this man. You know that she's super delusional. Why would you not know? Why didn't you know that her knowing that he's in a vulnerable state, that she wouldn't go over there and take advantage of that? So Eva, trying to play innocent, she basically sets up the bait and switch for her mama to go over to Ted's house and seduce him. So she goes, Dana Leslie goes over to Ted's room. She goes in there. He drunk as hell. He's very vulnerable, probably don't even remember what the hell going on. And he ends up sleeping with Leslie. Okay. Well, what they want us to believe that they ended up sleeping together. Okay. So I don't know if they actually slept together or if he was even able to perform. That man was so drunk, but he did kiss her. So Ted, I'm going to go ahead and give you a little slap on the wrist because you did kiss her. And, you know, I don't know, it's maybe been some months since you done had some poontang, okay? So you may have given in because your little urges, they didn't jumped about you. Your loins was itching for some coochie, okay? So you went on up in there and you let her up in your room and you bed danced with her for a little bit. Then you wake up in the morning and you didn't realize what hit you. Okay? She rode you into the sunset all night and you don't even remember. You don't even remember. But Leslie, you're delusional. Because Leslie wakes up with him the next morning and she's all upset that he's upset that she's in the bed with him. She's like, how could you treat me like this? You continue to treat me like a side chick or like a secret. Bitch, are you kidding me? That's what you've always been. Anybody that's a side chick Know your role, sis. Know your role. See, these new side chicks have lost their mind. You know, back in the days when the bitch was a side chick and granddaddy had a family across town, he was taking care of that family and this family. And wasn't nobody tripping because, you know, ain't nobody miss a beat. You know, wasn't nobody yearning for nothing. Nobody was hurting for food. You know, people, the man was taking care of everything. But Leslie wants to come in and think that she can just wipe out the family that he had because in some warped sense of her head, she keeps having these thoughts that, oh, I want us to be a family again. Y'all were never a family, bitch. You're never going to be a family. You were never a family. You came in and took him from his family. Bouncing on that, okay? That's what you did. Y'all were never a family. You were always a side chick and never to be anything more than such. So when she gets so in a rage over the fact that Ted could potentially go back to Nicole, she acts like she owned Ted at some point. And she didn't. You've never owned him. He's never wanted to be with you. You've never been number one. So we're dealing with somebody that is sick in the damn head. Okay. Let's get into some of y'all comments. Remember, the camera is here, y'all. So when I look down, that's when I'm looking at y'all comments because I can't see y'all comments when I'm looking at the camera. Here we go. Miss Edith says Shanice is way more interesting than Ashley. Abso-freaking-lutely. 1000%. Okay. Laquanda Govan says, I don't understand Leslie, period. I don't either. Child, she was on the internet and somebody made a video, a TikTok about how much they hated Leslie, well, the character anyway. And she was just like, well, be prepared. You gonna have about 10 more reasons to hate her. And I'm like, damn, like, why are the writers writing Leslie, the Dana Leslie character with no consequences? It's really troubling and irritating to me because she needs to seek there has to be something, there has to be some peril, something that goes wrong for her. She can't just continue to walk around Fairmont Crest like polluting the environment with her foolishness and get away with it. I don't like that. I don't like that. Miss Edith says, I think that Dante Green is Leslie's father. I am still on the fence if Barbara is the mother. I think that Peaches might be Leslie's mom. Yeah, you never know. But see, that's the thing. They've kind of sped through those stories as if it's like, oh, okay, well, just take our word for what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Miss Edith says Leslie's spending more money than she has. Bingo. Doubled the amount for the house, planning to rebuild country club membership, and now she promised to build a sports complex. Exactly. Exactly. She doesn't even know how much is in that trust all the way. She don't know the full amount. Mind you, there's no other ways for her to create more money, right? It's not like she's invested this money. It's not like she's created a business that was an overnight success and now she has more money. She's leaning solely on this trust fund. And I don't give a damn what these writers say. There's no way. I don't give a shit how much money Anita put in there. Anita was putting money into that trust in like the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, right? You weren't getting the type of money that you're getting now. So that money, there's no way that she has more money than the Duprees, right? So if the Duprees wanted to, the way this is all seemingly set up, mind you, we keep forgetting that Fairmont Crest, the community beyond the gates, was founded, the country club, everything was founded by Vernon's father, okay, or grandfather, or something like that. His family founded Fairmont Crest. So the fact that the Duprees really act like they have all this clout, but don't they don't really drop their balls the way that they should. And people shouldn't be able to pick them up and run with it the way that they have been. That's what I'm saying. So the fact that Leslie was able to go and tell these people about selling their house and building a sports complex on the thing and all that, that doesn't even make any sense because this is Vernon's family's community. His word should be law. If he don't want her to move there, the bitch shouldn't be able to move in. Simply put, Vernon need to drop his damn nuts. And he don't need to do it with Bill in tow. Mind you, Naomi is a lawyer and a damn good one, and Bill is all scared about her being better than him. So why the hell do y'all keep using Bill for every damn thing? I'm with Nicole when Nicole says, why are y'all still using him as a fixer? Y'all talk all this shit about Ted, but y'all still hanging out with Bill, who treated Danny like shit. I just the Duprees are sending me. They're doing too much. And she don't have we're talking about a $1 million check. Now, is $1 million a lot of money? Yes. But they said, I don't know if the writers remember what they saying. They said that they were going to give her $1 million every 6 months. She got a $1 million disbursement unless she has a type of trust where you can buy things and upon the approval of the overseers of the trust, they can go ahead and disperse the funds. But she's spending the money faster than she can accumulate anymore. It just doesn't make sense. I need to know how much money is really in this trust because she don't have more money than the Dupree family. That just, I don't know why they keep trying to make us think that. Melrose One says, Mrs. Edith, it would be a better storyline to me if Dante Green is the father. Dana is possibly named after her father, Dante. Right. I believe that would make more sense. In my opinion, that makes a hell of a lot more daggone sense. But and I would love for Dante to come back on there because then that would be another thing to make Anita uncomfortable, right? She worked with Dante for years. Maybe her and Dante had a relationship behind the scenes that was inappropriate. You know what I mean? Maybe that would be why her and Barbara didn't get along. That could be a part of it as well. And she may reveal, oh, me and Dante had an inappropriate relationship or something. I would rather that than Vernon being Dana's dad, because that just creates too much. It's like we have enough drama right now. It's just too much to now make Dana, Danny, and Nicole's sister. That's crazy. That wouldn't make any sense to me. I don't like it. Miss Edith says, Eva is getting on my nerves enabling Leslie. Why did she tell her about Ted being drunk? Exactly. That's why I'm saying I am all in with Kat where it comes to Eva. Okay, now Kat and Tomas is a total different thing. But Kat and Eva, Kat sees through Eva's bullshit. And I don't appreciate how everybody is just like they're just like, oh, Eva is so sweet, she's an innocent bystander in the midst of all of her mother's turmoil. No, Eva is a grown-ass woman, and now that you have been forgiven somewhat of your participation in your mother's demented plan of trying to break up Nicole and Ted, and now that you know that your mother wasn't doing it because, oh, Ted just forgot about you and didn't want to know about you, or he knew about you and just didn't come for you. Now that you know Ted really didn't know about you and your mother was lying, why are you sitting there enabling her bullshit? It's you. You did it. Hold on, y'all. My son down here having only child moments. I'm like, are you okay, child? You got to check on the children's child. even if you're in the house together. Laquanda Govan says, why does she have to run and tell Leslie everything? Right. Why are you telling Leslie everything? What how is this helping anything? What's up, Marcella? Shout out to Speak With Your Girl, Marcella. She is also a content creator, y'all. Listen, if y'all want to learn about what's going on with this economy, how to get your money right, get your credit score together, okay? I be over there listening to good sis for all the things to help to get your stuff together, not falling apart, okay? So shout out to Speak With Your Girl, Marcella. Go on over there and subscribe to her for all things get your life. Okay. She says, hey, beautiful Shay Renee. Thank you so much, sis. Thank you. I appreciate you for stopping through. Mrs. Edith says, I was thinking the same thing about Ted being too drunk to perform, but Leslie making him believe that he did. Leslie took advantage and violated Ted. She sure enough did. And my thing is, sometimes, whiskey peen or drunk peen, they can't get it up. So unless she was riding a limp noodle, she might have shoved that thing up in there. But I don't think it was really doing that. I don't think it was giving all that she thought it should have gave. Mrs. Edith says, "What about how Leslie ran Lauren off the road and then poisoned her IV in the hospital? Kat just dropped her detective work. Just dropped her detective work. Yeah, because so what happened, it seemed like Kat was distracted, her and Jacob at this point, for everything that was going on with Chelsea. So with everything going on with Chelsea, they totally decided to drop that. Okay. So now I want Kat to go back to her detective work, but I feel like Kat at this point, she like, listen, Chelsea was missing. We got her back. We got all these damn purses to sell. I need to get Chelsea together because we done spent some daggone. I done took some money out of my damn trust fund to buy these bags with her. And this bitch talking about she won't get off social media. I need to focus on getting her together so she can reap some of the benefits back of money spent on all these purses. So, and Kat, like, look, I didn't quit my job over here with my dad, making good money to be over here with these bags, and we're not doing anything with it. She glad her cousin is back, but she ready to basically get back to business. Miss Vaughn is in the building, also one of my members. She says, hey, Shay, Renee, and Chad, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you too, sis. Thank you so much for joining. So yeah, y'all, that's about the size of it with Dana, Leslie, and Ted getting knocking the boots. She gets up, gets on up out of there, because Eva is at the door knocking on the door, and Ted creates a diversion because he doesn't answer the door for Eva because he don't want her mom, his daughter, to know that he got her mama up in there, and they've been in there slapping shoes, okay, all night long. So um now we go over to Leslie ends up getting on up out of there, having her feelings hurt. Ted tell her it'll never happen again. Ted, what won't it? But won't it again, Ted? Because you keep on letting her into your hotel room. There's no reason why you keep letting her in. There's nothing for y'all to talk about. She would not be able to get past my door. I would tell the people downstairs, I would give them her picture and be like, listen, ask her where she going. And if she going to my daughter's room, escort her there. I don't want her coming to my hotel room at all. She's stalking me and I need a restraining order. That's what you need to do. I don't know why he keeps on messing. Like, Ted, you getting your own self in trouble, but whatever. So moving on, okay. We go to the coffee shop. We're gonna go ahead and talk about this real fast because um I just feel like this was kind of a waste of time. This is another person that I think that they're just trying to June. I think that the writers like June. I think they like the woman that plays her character, so they're giving her more. She has a lot of personality. She's cute. Um she actually is really cute in real life, how she dresses in real life, but on the show she look a little rugged and raggedy, I guess because she's playing that recovering drug addict role really well, mental health patient, all this, that, and the third. So June conjures up this job as a waitress at Orphe Jeans. She's doing a terrible freaking job. She gives Naomi and Jacob cold food. She didn't order the right food. She gives another lady a order off of her zodiac sign, child. She said, you a Pisces like me. Oh, you look like you need a burger. Bitch, did I tell you I want a fucking burger? I'm on a diet. I actually want a Caesar salad. The fuck? Like, don't tell me what the fuck I need. You know what, bitch? Give me some salmon. All right, with some string beans, and you know what? I for my cheat side of the meal, give me some macaroni and cheese, okay? Because this is supposed to be Orphe Jeans. If y'all don't know, it's supposed to be the damn, what is it called? The Florida Avenue Grill. So Florida Avenue Grill on Florida Avenue in DC, the food is bomb. It was bomb back in the day. Okay, I don't know about now because I don't know if the rats took over in DC, but yeah, Florida Avenue Grill used to have some bomb food. Okay, the best soul food you can ever have in your life. Okay, so moving on, she fucking the orders up. But meanwhile, on the other side of town, at Smitty and Martin's house, Samantha is discovering that she wants to have a relationship with her mother because she ready to sow her royal oats and spread her legs wide and bust her hymen open, and she don't want to talk about that with her daddy. Okay, so the dad is like, well, why don't you go talk to Martin is like, why don't you go talk to your grandma? Why don't you go talk to your aunts? Why don't you go talk to? And she like, I don't want to talk to none of the mofo's. And her brother, Tyreek St. Patrick Jr., okay, aka Tyrell, he has an attitude because she wants to have a relationship with the mama. And I'm like, Tyrell, you can't tell her who to have a relationship with. She wants to get to know June, let her get to know June. So anyway, moral of the story with the June situation, the owner of the restaurant told Naomi that the only reason why they let her work there is because of their relationship with the Dupree family. And he gonna end up firing June because she fucking shit up and giving away free meals. And Naomi was about to tell her, but the Pisces lady that looked like she needed a burger, she got up and came over there and said, no, because that's messed up. I like June. And even though she gave me the wrong shit, I still like her personality. So she goes and talks to the manager. Naomi ends up not having to fire June. June stays on. June, get a pen and a pad. So Samantha ends up coming by saying that she wants to talk to June. Okay, so there's that. Meanwhile, back at the Dupree house, Anita is having a conversation with Nicole. Okay. Nicole is talking about how she doesn't like the way that they treated Ted, and why are they still using Bill as the fixer? Bill ain't fixing shit. He just causing more problems, blah, 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 blah. Nicole, you ain't fixing shit either. Have you fixed Smitty and Martin's marriage? Have you fixed Martin yet? Because Martin, I think he still got a little mean streak up in him. I'm just saying. I think that Nicole is the therapist that needs therapy. And here's where I'm going to say that y'all are going to get mad at me. Okay. We learned that Nicole eventually, Anita is talking to Nicole. And I didn't really like the way that I didn't like personally how Anita was trying to steer Nicole away from Ted. Like, oh, he is not it. You doing the right thing by leaving him. Blah, blah, blah. Y'all didn't do that when it came to Bill and Danny. And Bill treated Danny like utter shit. When they were sitting on the steps all hugged up when Chelsea was missing and this, that, and the third, y'all didn't advise Danny to stay away from Bill. Y'all didn't advise her to stay steadfast on looking for her daughter and stay away from him and her emotions about him. Y'all didn't do that. Y'all didn't force Danny to get over it when Danny was doing all this crazy shit, going over Bill's house and trying to fuck up his new marriage, fucking with his new wife. Y'all didn't do anything. Y'all thought that was okay. Y'all wanted her to have whatever she wanted to have. But yet you want to give Nicole all this advice over a man that cheated on her at this point before she knew that he had recently cheated again 20 fucking years ago. I remain, there is no way that I am going to let Dana Leslie have my damn husband, and she fucked him 20 fucking years ago. Nicole actually likes Eva. Nicole needs therapy. That's what she needs. She need to go. You think that you over there analyzing and over analyzing everybody else, and Nicole has this whole God complex where she's holier than thou and she's better than everybody. Everybody is just she's just a saint. Everybody should just do what Nicole wants her to do, wants them to do. And it's like Nicole still don't know what the hell she want from people. It's crazy to me. So my thing is, Nicole, if you want your husband, get your husband. And you admitted, she even admitted to her mother that the only reason she was mad is because she didn't want to have to deal with Leslie. You don't have to deal with Leslie. You're allowing Leslie around more than she should be, honestly. If all of them ignored Leslie, she would have no space in the case, or none whatsoever. She would have no basis. They give her the clout that she has. They give it to her. So Nicole, the fact that you're willing to give up your husband over this lady that's still going to fuck with you whether y'all married or not, because she just has this hard on for Nicole. I think that Leslie is jealous of Nicole. She wants to be Nicole real bad. She wants to be the rich Stepford wife. She wants to be the beautiful, very knowledgeable, very educated, well-spoken person that Nicole is. She's jealous of Nicole. She hates it. She hates her for that, for her privilege. Nicole doesn't have anything to do with your foolishness and the way you think. You tried to steal her husband and you weren't successful at it. You weren't successful at it. So, anyway, moving on. Leslie, before she leaves Ted's room, she takes his tie. We learn later on that the tie has his name on it. Nicole has bought this tie for him. So when Leslie sees Nicole and Anita at the country club, which Vernon was supposed to get her barred from the country club, right? So while Leslie is over here sex funky, happy as she wanna be with Ted, okay, ain't even take no shower before she come back to the country club and bragging about it to Eva, right? They're sitting down eating. Then Leslie, as she's leaving out, Anita and Nicole come in and she gives Nicole Ted's tie. My thing is, why did you even tell Eva that you slept with Ted? It's like you just want everybody around you to be uncomfortable. And I don't even like how they're building, making her the central character. She needs some consequences for the shit that she's done. She does. You basically, we talked about this in the beginning. You almost unalive Laura, not once, but twice. Not once, but twice. But she's getting no. What happened to the helmet? What happened to them analyzing the scratch on the helmet to see what happened? That ain't come back from the people yet. I know it take a long time to submit some shit and get it back. But Jacob, have you checked on that now that Chelsea is back home safe and sound? And Allison is locked up? You supposed to be Mr. Dudley Do Right. You do everything right. You are so straight and narrow. You ain't checking on your cases. It's giving very much Ben Crump. Get involved, but don't finish it up. Okay? Get it together. So moving on. Where we at, y'all? So she gives her the tie. All right. So we're moving through some of these storylines. So she gives her the tie. So now Nicole is like, shit, this woman done fucked my husband again. She don't know for sure if they've had sex. But so Ted is upset. He's back in his room. He's like, oh shit, Eva knows. Eva done came to the room and told him, I know what you did with my mama last night. Okay. Not last summer, but last fucking night. She told me that y'all fucked. So he apologizes to Eva. He's like, I'm so sorry. She's like, what? And he was like, do you forgive me? And Eva was like, yeah, I forgive you. You forgave me for all the things that I did. And, this, that, and the third. So it's okay, blah, blah, blah. First of all, I don't need to apologize to my child for doing anything. If anything, you need to apologize to him for even telling your mama, crazy and fucking deranged as she is, that he was over there drunk. And Ted is just too stupid to realize that Eva was the one that orchestrated all of this, and she's trying to play dumb throughout all of it. So Nicole has this epiphany. She wants to go over, she goes over to Ted's room. Okay. She goes to Ted's room with the tie and she says, listen, I don't know how she got this, but how many times you done slept with her? She comes in there assuming. I feel like Ted was going to lie to Nicole in the beginning, but eventually he ends up telling her, listen, you know what? Not for nothing. I know you don't like when people lie to you. I'm going to go ahead and pay the fine. I did it. But I was drunk. I had no idea what was going on. She came over here. Mind you, Nicole ain't listening to none of that. You're supposed to be a therapist, but you're not analyzing everything that this man is telling you. It's very clear that this man seduced your husband. This woman seduced your husband. He didn't know what way was up or down. But you are so fixated on your hate for Dana that you're not paying attention to the fact that she came over there and took this man's cookies. She's like, yeah, well, you know what, you go ahead and sign those divorce papers because this is, if anything, I don't need, you know what, I care about the fact that this is great, this is more evidence towards my case. You don't need any evidence towards your case. Are you trying to get money from him? Are you going to take anything from him? At this point, you don't need to show that he's cheating to force him to sign the papers. If he ain't going to sign the paper, he ain't going to sign the paper. It is what it is. I think that Nicole needed to come over there and tell him, listen, I was thinking about taking you back, but this right here kind of is really setting me back. But my thing is, girl, how long did you think he was supposed to wait for you? It's been months. You done kicked this man out the house. You served him divorce papers. He thought that it was over. He was super distraught, left out of your parents' house after your whole family humiliated him. And he goes and gets drunk out of sadness and sorrow, and it ends up fucking Leslie. And you know that Leslie is crazy. So you were okay with the scenario that she could have come into the hotel room and stole the tie. You were okay with the scenario that she did something diabolical to get that tie. But you can't fathom the thought that, oh yeah, she could have gotten him drunk, or he could have been drunk and made a mistake. That scenario don't work. The reality is Nicole, you are about to fuck up. You about to fuck it up. There's no way that I would be leaving my husband after we've been married for over 20 years for some bitch that he had a weak moment for 20 fucking years ago. But he's been good to me. I haven't seen no indication of a bad nothing. He hasn't cheated on me. I ain't had to deal with nothing in 20 fucking years. Then the kid that you had is already grown. I ain't got to change no diapers. You ain't bringing no baby home to me. You got me fucked up. Hey, Eva, you were a great assistant, girl. Okay. No way. Hold on, y'all. Child, I don't know what the hell my son downstairs doing. He is making too much noise for me. Hold on, stay. Come here. Come here. Stay off camera. Stay there. What are you doing? I'm playing. I don't. That boy do whatever he can to be on camera, child. Let me get into some of y'all comments before we get into this Cat and Tomas stuff. Thank y'all for watching, y'all. Everybody, we got 16 people in the chat. We got up to 20, about 22 people in the chat. Please like the video, y'all. Please like the video. Ms. Vaughn says, I like June. She's funny. I like June too. I think June is cute. I think we can really work with June and develop. I love the fact that Samantha is going to have her mom in her life. I think that Samantha always had a soft spot for June, even through all of the things that June was going through. Samantha has always had a soft spot for her. So I love that for her, that she's able to now have a better or newer, healthy relationship, hopefully, with June. Ms. Vaughn says, you're right. Anita is trying to talk her daughter out of her marriage. She do Danny that way. Yeah, and my thing is, like, you didn't do that. Like, y'all keep on hanging around Bill and making it. They make excuses for their interactions with Bill, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Ms. Vaughn says Dudley do right. Right. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what Jacob is. A damn Dudley do right. Okay. Lisa O says nailed it. Team wifey, but 20 years, man, been faithful, crazy. Faithful, crazy. It's coming out that they didn't sleep together this time. Dana just got in bed. What? It's come out that they didn't sleep together this time. Dana just got in bed. He's so drunk he doesn't know. Holier than thou, Nicole. See? I knew it. Wait, when did they play that? Because they didn't say it I was hoping to hear them say it in one of the episodes. But I didn't see that. But I would Nicole about to look so dumb. You gonna end your marriage over that. Like, that man was so drunk and distraught. I can imagine he probably passed out. Ms. Vaughn says Nicole and Ted will probably get back together. I hope they do. I really do. Honestly, and let me say this, y'all. Haley and Bill, we're going to get into that too. I hope that Haley, I kind of hope that we get to see, despite everything I just said. Let me take myself off camera because this is lagging. Yeah, the camera was lagging, y'all, so I had to take it down. So anyway, let me remove the camera and bring it back up because it's messing up the video. These technical difficulties today, honey, is doing too much. It's doing too much. Haley, on the other hand, Haley is just, her and Bill just don't look good to me at all. So Haley tried to do the whole thing where she's trying to make Bill jealous by using Tomas. First of all, that's a rookie move because Bill knew that Tomas would not, like, Tomas is not about to be fucking with Haley. That's number one. And two, he knew that Haley was just jealous of Danny. The way that Haley sent Bill over there to have a conversation with Danny about setting boundaries and this, that, and the third. If you trust your husband and you know that he ain't checking for her, why are you so pressed to know how Danny responded? You went over, you asked him about Danny and, oh, how did she respond? Oh, what did she say? Oh, what was her facial expressions like? What did she say? It's like, girl, do you want Danny for yourself? You're so obsessed with Danny. That's too much. I'm just like, girl, get a fucking life. You over here flicking your bean to Danny every night instead of your husband. And I think that Bill sees through Haley's bullshit. I just think, I hope the storyline ends up somewhere where Haley, Bill ends up divorcing Haley, or him and Danny have a rendezvous or two. I would love to explore seeing Danny and Bill together, despite the fact that Bill definitely doesn't deserve Danny. I want Ted and Nicole to be back together. I really would have loved to see the old Ted and Nicole back together, but Keith Robinson is handsome too. But I just think the old Ted and Nicole, they just look so much better together. But word on the curb is the old Ted, Maurice, what's his name? Maurice something. He left the show because he didn't like the way that the Ted character was being written. He felt like it was unrealistic and that Ted was just too soft. He didn't like it. So that's why he left the show. So he voluntarily left the show. That's what the word on the curb is about the old character. So take that as you will. Miss Edith says Nicole going out with Carlton, his business partner, is foul. Abso-freaking-lutely. 1000% foul. Because my thing is they work together. They've, basically been around each other for a long time. And that man has been secretly trying to conspire to get Nicole for quite some time. So that's really disrespectful for you to give in to his advances like that. It's real messed up. LaQuanda Govan says, "Little man trying to sneak on camera." Yeah, he always trying to get on camera and be seen, girl. Like, he is a mess. Haley is leaving the show, I heard. Yeah, that's what people said. But listen, more power to it. Don't nobody care about her, and she need to take Ashley with her, child. If there were characters that were just worthless, those would be the two. Okay, it's working now. It's no lag. But anyway, did we talk about Anita's conversation with Chelsea, y'all? I don't think we talked about that. Oh, we will eventually, I think. I think that happened later on. So anyway, Bill and Haley. Bill basically tells Haley he's on to her, blah, blah, blah. She got to stop the whole trying to make him jealous with Tomas shit because Tomas don't care. It ain't working. So moving on. Chelsea and uh Chelsea and Kat are over at Anita's house. Okay. They are. Charlene W says Jan and Mona will be back next week. Who's Jan? You mean Laura? Jan and Mona will be back. Who is Jan? Let me know who Jan is, Charlene W. Thank you so much for watching. Charlene is also one of my members. I appreciate you, Charlene. What was I saying? Chelsea and Kat are at their grandparents' house talking to Anita. So Anita is trying to get Chelsea to see that it's time for her to get back on the wagon. You need to go ahead and get your business going. How can I help you? If you need to scream, punch, slap me, whatever you need to do, Grand is here to help, okay? Because you got to move on with your life. Now, here's the thing. That is something that is mentally, physically, and emotionally debilitating for somebody to basically kidnap you, and your family is like, this is all but a week ago. Okay, my life was just threatened. My captor is still alive, but in jail. But I'm on social media over here shaking in my tatas, wondering whether somebody else gonna try to come and get me too. I thought I lived in this gated community that was just so well sought after and just, so amazing. But a bitch was able to come in here and take me right on up out of here. Now, thankfully, her family found her, but y'all are expecting her to just get over it. I don't get it. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get off camera again. Jan is Ashley's mother. Oh, okay. Well, we done seen Jan trickling in and out of here. But, okay, I guess she coming back. I hope she coming back to serve a damn purpose, child. But moving on. Not Nicole. Anita is talking to Chelsea and Kat. And Chelsea is like, well, what if I'm just not ready yet? And then Kat says, well, we got to get back to work, girl. And then Anita says, well, hold on. We're going to give Chelsea all the time that she needs. And Kat says, you know what? You're right. Maybe I'm just kind of self-inflicting this. This is self-inflicted, how I'm feeling. Because she over there thinking about Tomas and why Tomas called her stuck up and this, that, and the third. Which my thing is, Kat, you are stuck up. Okay. You don't know how to accept criticism. You don't know how to deal with back and forth well. You just know how to put the knife in and turn it. You want to get people before they get you type of stuff. Now, I agree. This whole Tomas going back and forth between Eva and Kat stuff is just ridiculous. I think that Tomas needs to leave Eva alone. If you like Eva, go on with Eva and stop wasting Kat's time and wasting her cat. Cause you getting up in there and not knowing what the hell you doing or whatever you doing, she just don't like it. Okay. So Kat has this epiphany where, you know what, maybe I need to go and see Tomas and we need to have another go. We need to have a conversation. I need to stop being so mean to him. So she goes and meets up with Tomas. Okay. She goes and meets up with Tomas. And Tomas basically has this whole dinner laid out for her in the hotel room. They start dancing and having drinks and this, that, and the third. So one thing leads to another, and they end up doing the do. Kat is unsatisfied yet again. So Tomas afterwards, he sees that this is not good and she's not liking it. So he's asking her, "Hey, what's going on? What can I do to be better? Let's talk through it. Let's communicate." And instead of Kat talking through it, she starts to be mean to him. And she's like, "Well, you're just terrible. Maybe you just don't know what you're doing. There's nothing wrong with me. Like, are you trying to make it seem like it's my fault?" And Tomas was not trying to make it her fault. He wasn't making it nobody's fault. He's just like, "Listen, I want to please you. So let's talk through it. Let's figure out what's going on." And instead of her listening to him, she's so busy trying to place blame and make sure that the blame is not placed on her. No matter what they talking about, she just want to make sure that he know she's not the problem. It's him. And he's like, "I'm not trying to say you're the problem. I'm trying to figure out how to please you because I care about you." But then after a while, he was like, "You know what? You just acting like a bitch. And that's just who you are. And I'm over it." So she's like, "I'm going to get a ride share." And he just put his little jacket on, covered up them tattoos. And he said, "All right, bet." And he gets the hell up on out of Dodge. She's like, "You know what, bitch? I'm tired of you. I don't really like your ass anyway." And I just, I agree with Tomas because I feel like she's doing too much. Um, Charlene W says, "Remember Jan and Mona were Leslie's friends." Yeah, they were, but they ain't fooling with, they ain't rocking with sis no more. Melrose One says, "Charlene W, do you know if Laura is ever coming back? Might be interesting if they develop a storyline around her getting justice from Leslie." Yeah, I would like to see her character do more where it comes to that, because it's just crazy to me that Leslie did all that stuff and she just getting away with it. Like, there's no way that she should be getting away with this stuff. And Eva knows that her mother did it. Miss B says, "Hey, Miss Shay and chat. What's up, Miss B? My sis is in the building." She says, "I hit the like button on both devices. Hope your day is great, sis." Thank you so much, y'all. And the So What You Think podcast is up in here. Says second. Here we go. Second like. Y'all, this is the So What You Think podcast on YouTube. Please watch, go over and subscribe. They, like I said, this is one of my favorite people that do commentary on Beyond the Gates every day. I watched her videos every single day on my way to work, coming home, all the things. So I watch it before I actually watch the show, really. And so this and what was the one I was telling you? Shade in the City. Shade in the City. And So What You Think. Please subscribe to both platforms. They do an amazing job of doing commentary every day. Okay. So thank you so much for stopping through, friend. I appreciate you. So yeah, y'all, Tomas and Kat, what are y'all thoughts on this relationship? I just want them to just go ahead and go their separate ways. Let Eva just have Tomas at this point. I just feel like we need to just let Eva have Tomas. They seem to have more chemistry. And apparently Jacob, there's going to be a character that's going to come on that's Jacob's little brother. He's supposed to be the black sheep of the family. And if you watch Sisters, The character is going to be Trey, that was on Sisters, that was hitting on Karen while she was pregnant. So the character that played Trey on Sisters is coming over here. It just seems like they just going and getting a lot of characters from Tyler Perry and bringing them on up over here. I wonder if they film it on Tyler Perry's compound, child, because like they seem to be getting a lot of his actors to come on this soap opera. But good for them. Good for them. I'm glad that everybody's staying working, child. So I don't know if that character, Jacob's little brother, is going to get mixed up with Kat. Um, Maybe that was a prelude to, remember when I was telling y'all I thought it was weird for Kat to be having a conversation with Jacob about her sex life. Maybe that was a prelude to her eventually sleeping with his brother, and the brother going getting that nappy dugout and do what he's supposed to do. Okay, he gonna dance up in there and make her dance. He gonna make her spirit jump. Okay, make her spirit jump. Okay. Um, did we read this comment already? I think they're going to come back for Laura's storyline soon. I hope so. I hope they come back to it. Laquanda Govan says they are not a match. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't agree. I agree. I think that Kat and Tomas are not a good match. So what you think says thanks, Shay, but you ain't got to do that. I know I don't have to, but I want to. People need to, I want to spread good content to the peoples. Okay. And you got some good content over there. The intro is amazing. I love the videos. Listen, the content is just well put together and the people need to experience it. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna keep on telling the people about it. Tomas and Kat, Tomas and Kat need to let it go. They are not meant to be nothing but friends. No chemistry with that mean girl. Absolutely, Kat is being mean where it comes to this situation with Tomas. Now, my thing is, she just needs to let him go because if she doesn't like the fact that he's cool with Eva, don't even, I think that in the beginning Kat was just messing with Tomas, one because I think she thought he was cute, but then it was more intriguing to her that he liked, I think she saw some chemistry between him and Eva. So with her and Eva, she thought him and Eva, she wanted to just come between them, and I think now it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. She just needs to let it go, let it burn. Charlene Melrose once says Charlene W and Shay Renee Online. Thanks for your response. Of course, no problem. I try to read through all the comments and make sure we respond to everybody for sure. Ms. Vaughn says Kat should move on. She absolutely should, 1000%. So going back to the Kat and Chelsea story. Where was that at here? I think I missed something, y'all. Danny and Bill. Oh, Danny was supposed to be putting together a not mitzvah. Her and Bill. She didn't need to come over to Bill's house to talk to him about that. I do think that there needs to be some boundaries set with Bill and Danny. Yes, your daughter was just missing and you guys experienced some trauma, but you could have called him on the phone and talked about that. You don't need to be coming over here sitting on his couch talking to him, being kicking the bobo with him, and he's married. Like that's not cute. Y'all didn't want Haley over there when, even though she ain't have good intentions, y'all didn't want her over there when y'all were looking for Chelsea. So don't be coming over her house, kicking your feet up, talking to her damn husband, knowing you still want him. I don't think that's right. And as much as I don't like Haley, I think that's just not right. It's not right. So moving on, Anita is still over here trying to console Chelsea. She tells Chelsea, what if we go live and, people buy purses on live? We'll all be there with you. It'll be safe. Blase, blase. Chelsea, like, girl, I just want to go ahead and shut down all this social media. I don't even know why y'all keep on trying to play with me and tell me to do this and do that. I don't want to do none of that. Okay. I want to shut it all the fuck down. Chelsea, you got 11,000 purses, sis. Y'all invested a lot of money in this. You have all the followers. Everybody loves you. Sell them bags, okay? Do what people told you to do. Don't post while you are somewhere. Have security. That's what you need to do. A lot of influencers have it now. People have become, famous off of just being on the damn internet these days. So Chelsea just needs to get herself, like, she listen, I want her to have room to grow and move on from the situation. But ma'am, you do have a whole business to run. Okay? So I think Anita was able to come up with a plan that made her feel more comfortable about moving forward. So back to Danny and Andre. Okay, so Danny and Andre have a drunken situation together where, Andre and his two-tone mustard fit, he comes over there, and him and Danny are at the bar at the country club because Danny is upset that Bill came over to her house, because Bill ended up coming over to Danny's house after um with the whole trying to make sure that she understands boundaries, that she don't think she can just be coming over his house, right? So Haley could get off to hearing how upset Danny was. And Danny saw right through it, was like, girl, child, you over here because your little child bride wife told you to come over here. So she's getting drunk at the damn country club. Andre getting drunk at the country club. They over there exchanging sexual gazes, back and forth stories of woe is me over Ashley for Andre, and woe is me over Bill, and this, that, and the third. So they end up saying they gonna go on a trip together. If I'm Andre, I would be annoyed by Danny constantly, because when they went to the airport, they were going to take a private. Apparently, they got on a private jet to go to Vegas. And spoilers for next week say that they are going to. Somebody is going to elope and get married, and they're trying to, I guess they're placing them in Vegas to say that Andre and Danny are actually going to be the ones to get married. But to me, I believe that Ashley and Derek are going to get married. That's what I think. I think they're trying to make us think that it's at Andre and Danny, but it's going to end up being Ashley. I think they're going to go down to they always have a church inside the hospital, a chapel. Maybe they'll go down there and do it. I'm not sure. But anyway, because Derek is probably going to want to push this marriage forward before he tells Ashley. He wants to secure being with Ashley so that she don't leave him once she finds out that his legs are starting to work. So he gonna milk all of this sympathy as long as he can. But moving on, they get on Danny and Andre, they seep into their woe is me and don't nobody love us type stuff, so we might as well just be here for each other and go on trips together. So they get on the private jet. Vernon and Anita are just like, child, what the hell going on here? Okay. So while Vernon and Anita are at the country club, the Leslie, whom they could not get up out the country club, is there. So Leslie sits down with Anita and she's like, listen, I need your help. And Anita is like, get the hell out of my damn face. First of all, there would be no reason for me to be talking to you if I'm Anita. I don't give a damn. Every time she walks towards me, I would have security escort her out of my face. There's no way. I don't understand why they keep entertaining conversations with Dana. But anyway, she sits down asking her all these questions about her mother. And, Anita semi bonds with Dana, talking about Barbara and how Barbara was the one that had an eye for the group and putting together the music, and how she was talented and this, that, and the third, but she was very rough around the edges and this, that, and all of that. So Dana is over here trying to relate to her. So she walks away from that conversation saying, thank you so much. I really appreciate this and all that you've done for me, and this, that, and the third. Dana, get your ass out of here. There would be no way that I would be sitting there bonding with her. Now, Vernon leaves out to go take a call. I don't know what's going on at this middle school Banneker that he working at, but it can't be that busy where you out here talking to people for God knows how long about shit at a school. Vernon he up to something behind the scenes for sure, but I just really don't want it to be that he trying to cover up that he is Dana's daddy. I really don't want to deal with that. So last but not least, storyline, Joey, Vanessa, and Doug. We just need to get Doug up out of here because Doug has a very stupid way of handling things. Doug goes and finds Randy. Now Randy keep on going to Orphe Jeans like ain't nobody trying to end his damn life. Okay, Joey done told you several times, stay out of my bird's eye view, or you good as gone. Okay, now Doug is pissing me off because Doug, you created this situation for yourself. Okay, you are the one that was gambling and had a problem. So now you got Vanessa intertwined in your bullshit. So she had to get all up in the mix with Joey to save your life because Joey was going to end you because you couldn't pay him his money. But Joey used that as leverage so that he could get to Vanessa, whom he really wanted to get to in the first place, to smuggle money, launder money rather, through her real estate agency. You just made it easier for him to force her to say yes to keep you alive. Now you want to off Joey and get Randy to do it, which you basically pressed Joey to save Randy's life because you didn't want Randy committing these criminal acts anymore. But it's okay for him to create criminal acts when it's for you. It's crazy to me. So it's okay for him to go. You want him to go on and get rid of Joey, but you didn't want him doing bad stuff in the past. Doug is just weak and he gets on my nerves and his character is worthless. You sitting around here letting your wife cheat on you. What type of ninja are you? I'd be goddamned if I'm sitting around with a woman and allowing her to fuck around on me. You lost your fucking mind. Ain't no way. And you quit your job? You boy, you know you's a fool. Quit your whole job as a surgeon at the hospital. A heart surgeon at that. You owe this man umpteen amounts of money from you gambling in his club with no way to pay him back. Now you over here trying to snitch on him. And you go to Bill of all people to help you, thinking that Bill really gives a damn about what you got going on. Bill gives nobody Cape Crusader that's trying to fight crime and, get the bad guys. You came over to Bill like Bill really gave a shit about your cause. He don't give two shits. Bill ran right over to Joey and told him what was going on because he has more of a stake in the relationship with Joey than he does with you, Doug. What can you provide for Bill? This ain't quid pro quo, Clitties. You do something for me, I do something for you. Well, Doug, you can do absolutely nothing for Bill. Now, Bill did have a stroke, but he seemed to be recovering. So, and you ain't even working at the hospital no more. So you can't even save the man life if he needed you to. Ain't that nothing? He can't even save on the insurance with Geico where it come to you. So I don't even understand what is your purpose, Doug? I believe if we want to have a WP couple on the show that's interesting, I don't stop showing Derek and Ashley. I'd rather see more of Joey and daggone Vanessa. But Vanessa, you messy as fuck because you be kissing up and hugging up on this man in public, and you a whole ass married woman. So you out here looking like a trollop and a thought in these streets. Everybody and their mama know that you ain't faithful to Doug. So Doug, you look like a clown. Your wife getting bent over in model homes every day, sir. She's selling houses and selling cat. All right. And clearly she's talented enough where she don't need to do all that to sell a house, but you over there okay with it. And y'all been doing this like clearly Doug is not a bad lay in the sack because she seemed satisfied or whatever when they did it. But then there he go with that bullshit running out on her when he did drop off some dick to her that one time they left the casino and went home and fucked. But then he leaves her to go gamble some more. So his addiction meant more to him than pleasing his wife. So it's like, Doug, you sitting up here, like, if your wife has a huge appetite, instead of you fulfilling it, you are such a wimp of a man that you are okay with her paying for it through escorts. Doug gonna end up getting himself offed. That's what he gonna end up. Because Joey done already told Vanessa, take your ring off in the previews for next week. He want Vanessa to himself. He done asked. Now, mind you, Joey, you done lost your fucking mind asking a married damn woman to move in with you. Ain't that about a bitch? You got a lot of balls, and you really think her husband is just downright a bitch to be like, oh, move in with me. Your husband a bitch anyway, so just come move in with me. He ain't about to do shit. Mind you, Doug saw. I don't understand why. What happened to why we? This is what I'm saying. Beyond the gates, y'all. They sit up here and play stuff and then move on too fast. What happened to Doug when he saw Joey and Vanessa kissing all up on Joey? And Vanessa then told him she wasn't gonna sleep with Joey no more. But then he walks in on Joey and Vanessa getting it in. And Doug ain't say nothing to Vanessa. Joey ain't say nothing to Vanessa. But he told Vanessa don't lie to him. But you can sit up here and keep stuff from her. But Doug is a whole bitch and I'm tired of him. I want him to get on up out of here. You done quit your job. You gambling, wasting money. Like, what do you want to do with your life, Doug? Like, for real, what do you want? What do you want from Vanessa? And why are you holding on to her if she ain't really checking for you? Go be with somebody that actually likes you. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But that's it, y'all. I think that was all that happened on the show. I think we touched on all of the plot points. Let's see. Oh, Terry Babe 89 is in the building. What's up? What's up? Oh, wait, Charlene says those bags are $139. Oh, okay. Aren't they like little small bags though? I need to see the damn bag. Look, like I'm about to, like I want to buy one or something. And it ain't real. Terry Babe 89 says, hello, Shay, Renee, and Maz in chat. What's up? Thank you so much for joining us, friend. Miss B says, oh, Vernon got dirt coming. All the meetings and phone calls. Child, listen. Something ain't right. Vernon is doing something because it's not like he's a professor at a college. You are over here working at a middle school and doing all of that. That's a lot. Ain't that many damn phone calls from the parents. Miss Vaughn says Doug is unhinged. She gonna get Randy unalived. And I still don't understand why Bill didn't recognize Randy. Mind you, Bill, you keep coming home and your wife got all these different men up in the house without talking to you about it. You should, something ain't right. Something ain't right over here, okay? So what you think, says, sis, how you really feel about Doug? I can't stand Doug. He's getting on my freaking nerves. A lot of my nerve, okay? But y'all, we have 26 people in the chat. Okay, please feel free to click on the link. I will reserve the next 10 minutes for you to come up and chat with your girl about just what you think. What do you think about what's going on in the show? How do you all think the show is progressing? What would you like us to resolve? What are some things that you would like to see on the show? Relationships you would like to see? And let's talk about some predictions. What predictions do you all have about what's upcoming on the show? So click the link. I'll give the next 5 minutes for people to click the link. If you don't, then we're going to get on up out of here. But I'll reserve the next 5 minutes for whoever wants to come up to go on and click the link and come on up. But spoilers for next week. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Charlene W says, yes, you can buy them starting September 29th. Oh, buy what? The bags? Wait a minute, Charlene. Is this like a real thing? We can really buy these bags? Terry Babe 89 says this soap opera have a lot going on. I know Joey from another soap opera, General Hospital. Yeah, fun fact. General Hospital, Miss Jen is here. Joey and actually the character that is Danny's best friend, they were married in real life. Those they were married in real life. Well, thank you so much for coming up, sis. How you bees? Tell me what you think about this here. What's going on?
I'm good, Miss Shay. You can hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. My storyline I want to turn around is Miss Leslie. I want Leslie to be reformed or something because I can't take it no more. It's all this over the topicness. It's too much.
Yeah, it is too much. It is
Mm-hmm.
absolutely too much. I think at this point we need to see some sort of consequences with her for sure. There has to be
Mm-hmm.
something like, I mean, she can remain, for me, she can remain the villain, right? That's cool because every soap opera needs one, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Joey can't be the only villain on the show. So we need a couple of them. But I need for her to get some, like, we need her to lose the money or go to jail, something. Like, she can't just keep on showing up at people's doorsteps, berating them with her words, overstaying her welcome, and it's okay, everybody just allowing it. It's too much.
Yeah, I agree with that. They were on God, we was on live for 4 hours last night. Lord help me. But
Oh, I
this
know, I
big
was on there for
this
two of them.
girl girl hush. Look, and the big debate was, did Leslie take advantage of Ted? Like, did she take it from him? And was it the same as what would happen with a woman because he was so inebriated?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the two gentlemen, I love the two gentlemen that you had on the I just love to get a guy's perspective. I just love
Mm-hmm.
that you have them on the show for them to, and it's really interesting that they have some really good views, but they also have some opposing views that I would never think of. But one of the gentlemen, I remember them saying that they didn't think that he really could perform. Like he was so drunk that they didn't really think that he could perform, and she probably just kind of faked it, and they didn't really think that the consensus was from what I was when I heard it was that they didn't really think that they really did anything.
I don't know. Now
So
he wasn't out cold when he took her back there. He was well awake and so unless he went in there and see, I could see if he was
yeah.
sleeping, woke up and she was there. But
Mm-hmm.
he was well awake. Well awake when they
Was
went in
because he was once somebody also had brought up, well, he was kissing her before he came in there.
there. Mhm.
And when
Mhm.
she came in there, and I was like, well, you right, he was kissing.
Mhm.
So I don't
Mhm.
know. It's just like you just never know. But a lot of people, I love how it was a split view where people were like, I don't think they did it, and then some people were like, well, I think they did do it, and she just took it, kind of thing.
Mhm.
For me, my position is I don't think they did anything. I think that
Mhm.
wants to make him think that they did something because she wants to enforce this divorce.
But he
So
wasn't out cold when they went in there.
he wasn't, but I feel
You
like he
got to
might
you got to
have passed
be out
out.
cold first.
Yeah, but he might have passed out in the mist. People do
Well,
that.
then look, nah. they passed out in the middle of that now, girl.
But
Nah, nah, nah.
also, could he get it up though? That's another
Mm,
question that came up. Can you get it up like that?
I don't know. See, you never know when you put that alcohol into play. You never know.
Yeah, because some men, I know whiskey peen is a real thing.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
could be
for
wide
sure.
awake, but it ain't working.
Well, I don't know, but I also thought that when I was listening re-listening to it, and when she said let no no she said Nicole don't want that man, so what's
Mm,
the problem? And I thought, now that is a point. Nicole don't want the man.
yeah,
She's saying
and
she
I
don't
think
want the
she do.
man, so
I think she do want him, but she just don't want to admit it to her family.
See, that's the problem with this character. She cares too much about what everybody thinks. She little Miss
Yep.
Prim and proper, like Miss Everything Perfect.
Mm-hmm. For
Yeah.
right. And that's my problem with Nicole. Like Nicole, she, wants to play perfect. She's Miss Holier than thou. This is the same woman that felt like, her son should have just went on and went to jail and took his consequences versus her parents trying to save him and keep him out of trouble for him offing the white man that was obviously, trying to unalive him and extort them,
Hmm.
you know.
You
So
know what? If I'm honest about it, right? Not
mhm.
exactly, but my sister was like Danny. I was more like Nicole.
Mm,
Married the guy that everything was supposed to go perfect, blah 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 blah, blah, and it did
mhm,
not. Used to care too much what people think, so I can half identify with this whole making decisions because of what everybody think. But my sister cared nothing about what nobody thought about, nothing what she was gonna do. But I think she was happier for
mm.
it too.
Well,
I do.
that's true. That's true
Hmm.
because you
Yeah.
can't be too worried about what people think, and
Mm-mm.
But I do. What are your thoughts on the Duprees and they're making the differences that they make between Ted and Bill? I
I
know you
think the
love
Duprees.
Bill.
I like the way he looked, but
Uh,
no, I think the Duprees use people for what they need you for. Like they use you for what they need you for, and then you're all good. Because Bill is like a little kid with Vernon, just
mhm,
begging, wanting, needing his approval and attention. So they
mm,
utilize him when they need him, even though they can't stand him under the core of it. Because what he done different than Ted ain't done, except he's done more of it and more often and worse. Okay, but they need him. They don't
mm,
need Ted for nothing right now.
right,
So I
right.
think the Duprees are a bit of opportunists. I think they are. They're users.
I agree. What are your thoughts on this money with Dana? I know everybody had their thoughts on the I love on you on Fridays when y'all go for the long lives. I want to I'm gonna go back and watch the first 2 hours. I actually came in on the last 2 hours,
Girl.
but I
Yeah.
love everybody's theories. It is hilarious. But what are your thoughts on the financials for Leslie?
Okay, so I think that they haven't communicated to us enough what her financial situation is, so it's left us with a lot of questions. But as the
Mm-hmm.
show is concerned, no one doesn't believe that she doesn't have this money. Not even the Duprees have said she can't afford that. So evidently, there's quite a bit of money in that fund. They just need to communicate that to us better as viewers, like
I agree.
exactly how it is that she. Now I know once you have a lot of money, rich people can get a line of credit. They don't really use their money. They use what they're worth as opposed to what they got. But they need to
Mm-hmm.
let us know what's happening because she only got one little $1 million check and
Yeah.
she building complexes and buying homes at twice the value in an upscale neighborhood.
Yeah. It's
You need to
like
explain it to us.
right, because so when the man came with the suitcase at Orphe Jeans, I'll never forget,
Hmm.
it was said that she would get another disbursement in 6 months, right?
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
with that being said, I know in real life how a trust works. When you have a
Hmm.
trust, you can if you're a person that gets disbursements from the trust, that's one thing. But on the other hand, if you're trying to buy something, there's always an overseer of a trust, depending
Hmm.
on how this trust came about. So some you
Hmm.
have to go through red tape to
Hmm.
get somebody to sign off on said
Hmm.
purchases, depending on what the
Hmm.
parameters of the trust are. So,
Hmm.
from what I was hearing from this trust, if she's only supposed to get $1 million disbursement every 6 months, right?
Hmm.
How can you promise somebody a complex twice the value of a house? You get what I'm saying? Like you would have to get approval for those
Oh,
release of
I'm
those
sorry.
funds.
Hmm.
You will have to get approval for release of the funds to make all these purchases. And we would need to know again, like to your point, we need to know what really is in this trust because
Yeah.
even and I'm a person that deals heavily in you know trading in the stock market and all that stuff like the next person. I kind of have a lower value rather understanding of it, if that makes sense. But even with the
Mhm.
money that Anita Dupree could have been putting in that trust for the 80s and the 90s and into the 2000s, she wasn't making Beyonce money as an articulate in the 80s and the 90s. Okay, so let's make that clear. So to be putting
Mhm.
money in there, it
Mhm.
ain't it's not matriculating as much as they're trying to make it seem. And if she was putting funds in it in a more recent time where she had more money, I can't imagine that that woman would be putting half of her life savings into this account off of the guilt for it to be flipped in the stock market to make a quadruple amount of money. Like they were hitting every time. Sometimes you lose money. You know what I mean? Your money doesn't increase
Mhm.
value every single time you put it through the stock market to trade it to see if you can make more money. So that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. It doesn't make sense. There's no way. Overall, bottom line is there's no way she has more money than the Duprees.
But maybe whoever is managing, and this is what I mean by they need to give us more information. So maybe
Right.
the backstory is supposed to be that whoever's managing the Dupree's money, she got the same people to manage this money. Maybe they
Mm,
bought Apple stock. Maybe they bought Amazon stock. Maybe they bought
mhm.
Netflix stock. Like maybe they bought the stuff that really blew up because nobody in the family has flinched. Nobody in the family has said, she ain't got that much. What is she doing? No one has said that. So
Right.
explain it to us. That's all we saying as viewers is give us the backstory.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, give us
That's
the
true.
backstory. Let us know what happened. Like, did y'all buy at $5 and it blew up at 157? Like, let us know. Like, what's going on? But
Yeah.
because the way they're doing it now, it just doesn't make any sense. The way she's spending money like water.
Right. And also her credit is bad. So you need, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
with your credit score, she hasn't paid her credit card bill in never. So the people was calling her just now talking about something, you owe us $10,000 in credit card debt. So even with this trust, the three people, the three entities rather, I call them the three
Mm-hmm.
people, but the three
Mm-hmm.
entities that analyze your credit score, that you
Mm-hmm.
need at least 40 days for them to reassess your score. She
Mm.
just got this money and she hasn't paid her bills.
Well, this is what
So
happens when people win the lottery or anything. If you got bad money habits, they
yeah,
carry over until,
yep,
so if she ain't paying no bills when she was poor, she ain't paying them when she rich. If she overspent, because I mean, girl, all this buying this over the top designer stuff, and I'm like, girl, I would never. I got to keep my
yeah,
money.
exactly. Then you're gonna buy the
Mm-mm.
people house, tear it down, and rebuild it. First of all, you got to deal with permits. You don't know what if you can do any of that. And mind you, I'm just so here's another question I have for you. What does the Dupree clout get them? You're like it don't seem like it's really helping them do anything because Vernon, his family built this community and the country club.
And she
So
got in there anyway.
yeah. So why is it what does the Dupree's clout or value really mean anything?
Then this is what I mean by here was the opportunity to turn Leslie's character around, right? Because she
Hmm.
is the only person who seems to be formidable with these people now at this point, as
Hmm.
far as attitude, as far as nerve. Okay, she got all that. She
Hmm.
ready for him. Okay, but now
Hmm.
she got money, so they should really be turning her. I think here's what I'm trying to say. I think
Hmm.
right now Leslie is the only person on this in this show who has what the Duprees has now.
Right.
They've been the most powerful, but now here's somebody else that's just as powerful, it seems. I just need her to stop being so buffoonish with it.
Yeah. Yeah. This
I keep saying I need some Diane Carroll moments with, I need you to go in there and read the people about the caviar and the champagne being burned. I need all that. Okay, but
yeah.
you just acting a fool.
Yeah, and it's like the money, having the money is not even as important to her as being in the Dupree inner circle. She's like she
Right.
wants to force herself on them.
Why is she so mad at the Duprees though and not
I
Ted?
don't That's
The
what I'm
Duprees ain't
saying.
did nothing to you.
They have done absolutely nothing but birth Nicole. And that's it. So like she's so upset with Nicole. She's so mad that Nicole is exists, and she keeps on saying, I wanted us to be a family again. First of all, he never knew about Eva. Like the
Mhm.
level of foolishness inside of Leslie's brain is just crazy.
Mhm. Mhm.
She has somehow corroborated this family unit with her and Eva and Ted. And it's like, ma'am, you actually infiltrated Ted's family by
Right.
he already had a family already. He had a son, a wife, a life,
Mhm.
like you brought yourself in the mix.
Mhm.
So, and he was never going to leave you. I mean, leave his wife for you.
But you know that's a mistake people make. I
Yeah.
don't care if the man tell you he gonna go, he ain't going. Because I think you find a man right where he want to be. If he
Mhm.
was intending to divorce that wife, if he wasn't in the midst of divorcing that woman, and in some cases that well he did. But then now you got to worry about is are you gonna lose in the way you got him? It ain't worth it.
Yep. It
It
ain't
ain't
worth
worth
it.
it. Just leave them where they
Anxiety.
at.
Yeah, the anxiety is just absolutely not worth it.
Mm-mm.
Not at all.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But Nicole gonna definitely be hooking up with Carlton.
Oh, absolutely. I think that
You
this
know.
is just a gateway for her to be like, I think she needs to feel like she got some get back. So I think she still wants to be with Ted, but I think she wants to feel like in her heart of hearts, okay, well, I feel like I need to do something for my own conscience because he done slept around twice now, at least
Mm-hmm.
that I
Mm-hmm.
know about, and
Mm-hmm.
he done had a whole kid off of it. I need to get some get back. I need to feel revenge.
Now that's what the guy was saying last night. Now he said, I don't
Mhm.
see the point in having confessed after all those years. He said he wouldn't have confessed it.
And
He said,
yeah, I
I
remember
don't see
him
the
saying
point.
like I wouldn't have said nothing. I was like, I'm glad. I was glad when I heard him say that. I was like, well, I'm kind of glad that he did because another person I remember saying, if it was a lady or the other guy, I can't remember, but somebody on your panel had said something about Nicole doesn't want anyone lying to her. So that
Mm-hmm.
was why they felt like he
Told the
came
truth.
out and said something. Yeah. So
Ain't no need lying about that he slept with Leslie because Leslie gonna tell it, Leslie gonna retell it, and Leslie
right.
gonna replay it. So ain't no need. What
Mhm.
there was no need lying about that. Even though the guy was like, I still think he shouldn't have told her. And I'm like, you crazy? You don't. Mm-mm.
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 Yeah. There
Not
was
with
no way
Leslie.
that she wasn't going to find out. I mean, first of all, Leslie she can't hold water. She
Mm-mm.
ran over to Nicole's house when Ted told her about the fact that, oh, I'll give you my house. She ran on over there. First of all, I don't know how she keep on walking up in this lady's house without, ringing the doorbell, nothing. That's number one.
Yeah.
Two, soon as she finished getting up out the bed with Ted, she ain't went and used no she ain't took a horse bath, nothing. She ran right over to that daggone country club and passed them the tie to let them know I've
Ooh,
been there. Okay.
she couldn't
Ain't
wait. I know she probably went there looking
couldn't
for him.
wait. Yeah, she could
She's
not
like, they
wait.
in here having their eggs Bernadique. I'm gonna make sure that they get this tie. So
Exactly.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
she can't, she can't hold water. She wants revenge right away. She can't
Mm-hmm.
even wait on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even
Very,
know
very
why.
true.
Yeah.
I
So
don't. Next
Ted,
week didn't look too interesting. Like, okay, so next week I'm trying to think. Was anything looking at? I don't know if anything looks so very interesting next week, but they probably hiding some stuff.
probably, but usually they try to give us something to keep us interested. But I think that I think at this point people think that we are just so locked in that it's just gonna be what it's gonna be.
They like to keep us at this point. I know they like to keep us guessing because the guy said that they don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes the other actors don't know what's going to happen. So if something's going to happen with Haley down the line, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
only Haley knows what's coming down the line. They don't even
Right.
tell the other actors what's coming, you know.
This is
So
true.
they really have things tight over there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's a lot of it's become a routine for me at this point watching the show. Like literally every day, my routine. I know that you're gonna go on, you're gonna do your live. I go and do I will watch the show because I can't
Mhm.
watch it with commercials. I watch it at 5:15 every day,
Mhm. Mhm.
unless it's like a Wednesday. On Wednesdays and Mondays and Wednesdays, I watch it when I'm leaving my step class. But what
Mhm.
I'll do is watch you on my way home from work,
Mhm.
and then I'll watch the show. Or sometimes I'll flip it. If you do your live after 5:15, I'll watch the show, then watch you. And
Oh.
like I said, I talked about Shade in the City. I just recently started watching them. I met them at a they are so sweet. Two
Mhm.
ladies, they actually are local. They live in the DC area. And I met
Oh,
them at
that's
the
cool.
Empire. Yeah, they are so sweet. I met them at the Kempire podcast when he came
Mhm.
here to DC.
Mhm.
So I was like, okay, so now both of y'all on my rotation to watch. It's just it's so interesting. And I'll tell you, like, you are so creative with how you put things together. Like the videos, just like the midway videos that you do, making sure you incorporate the content, funny GIFs and memes and things like that. I just love it.
Mhm.
It's just so creative. But
Oh, thank you.
yes, it's just so entertaining. It's like a whole production. But then
Oh, thank you. Look, now that makes me feel good because I do put a lot of work into that channel. A lot
oh,
of
you
work
can
into that
oh, you
channel.
can tell. It is
Yeah.
it is definitely seen. You can tell. On the
Thank
shade in
you.
the shade in the city, um the young lady that's on there, like she sings, she
Mhm.
does like all these characters, like she imitates people.
Mhm.
She's just funny. Like she just puts up pictures, but she
Mhm.
really just is like kind of like me. She just talks
Mhm.
most of the time, but like she's just very um animated. So it's just two different perspectives, but both super entertaining, and I love it. I love that
I
for
have to
me.
try.
That
I have to
act-
try to check her channel out and at least go over there and uh oh, is it okay to like this is okay? So you can follow people's pages. Because I don't I don't want none of the smoke that's in the streets in these YouTube streets. So
No, you can say whatever. You go
okay.
ahead.
No, I'm saying I can follow her pages because I don't because here's what I try not to do. I try
Hmm.
not to look too much at people who are covering the show. Like, I'm gonna watch you. I don't care what you cover. We over here. If I see you on, I always tell you I'm coming over here, give you a like. I'm coming, Okay.
Uh-huh.
But for other channels, I try not to look at stuff because I don't want to even start to think about mimicking something else. So
Yes.
yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
like, let me just chill on
Hmm.
that. So before I got started, because the show had just got started, I was
Hmm.
searching around to see who was covering it, how are people covering it, and then I just kind of went into the show. I was like, okay, let me figure out how I want to go, do this, because I'm new to YouTube doing this kind of stuff. So,
Hmm.
but definitely, I love to go support other people and stuff. So I'm just saying that I'm gonna go over there because you told me to, and give a follow because I like to support people's
Yeah.
channels.
No, I
But
get what you're saying. So you know
yeah.
what I do, and you are so right on with that. Because like even with me, with the shows that I cover,
Mhm.
for me I don't even really take notes throughout the week. Like I
Mhm.
watch you all, but I still I kind of have, it's, I guess it works for me because a lot of times I have opposing views, so it
Mhm.
makes it where I'm just going to say whatever I'm thinking anyway, and I kind of try to
Mhm.
I go by character to
Mhm.
kind of remember what happened on the show. So that's just kind of my take on it. But I get what you're saying because with like Love and Marriage Huntsville, for example, or like um, any of the Housewives shows, my favorite content creators, I will not watch their reviews until I've already done my review because I
Mhm.
don't want to even remotely sound like I'm kind of regurgitating anything that they've already said, or even if we have similar views on something or I thought something was entertaining, I don't want it to come off, oh, I'm saying it like I'm copying them. It's really
Mhm.
more like, oh, I thought this was entertaining, so I'm bringing it up, but they may, I just don't, with my current situation of the internets.
Mhm. Girl,
don't
they
wanna
they've been they've been putting you through.
Yeah, I don't
They've
want to
been
create
putting you
no more
through.
environments when I'm in the midst of no mess, child. So I get
Yeah.
what you're saying with that. But
That's
yes,
unfortunate because I think you're one of the sweetest people. So I'm just like, I don't even understand why you being picked on. Like I'm lost.
I'm just as lost too, but I appreciate that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just kind of removing myself from any of that. So I get that, especially since this show comes on every day. So it's like you got, and you
Yeah.
both do your reviews every day. So I can
Yeah.
understand if it's more of a, oh, I drop in here and there to support, but I'm gonna kind of stay over here in my lane sort of thing, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, because I really like to support, other channels and stuff like that. And
Hmm.
now I'm funny. I don't care if somebody sees something over here and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna do that too." The only thing I don't like is if somebody comes over and they want to copy every single thing somebody's doing.
That's
It goes run to their channel.
that's
Now that can be a little irritating because you and I both know the
hmm
creative process for this is hard.
absolutely.
It's
Yeah,
hard.
for sure. And you've
Hmm.
clearly put a lot of work into it's just, and it fits right, it fits simultaneously into the content. Like you just have like a seamless thing going on over there, and I truly appreciate it. Every time I see your videos, it just kind of warms my heart with the just how you just implement certain things, like when people do cash apps, or if people do um I love the way that you congratulate them, or you acknowledge them, right? That video is just amazing. um I told you already, your intro top tier,
Oh, thank you.
um outro top tier, like everything
What's
is
it,
just,
girl?
I
That
love
outro.
it. I
That
love it.
outro.
It's funny.
When I
But
first started reviewing, I had a slightly different opening. So I was saying, like, how did we get in here? The cat let us in. So I'm gonna
right,
have them close the door and say, "Don't you tell nobody I let you in here."
it is funny
Stupid.
to me. I love it.
That's
it's
stupid.
it's
You know I
it's
love
just,
your channel as well.
well, thank you. I appreciate that. But
Uh huh.
I can appreciate the different takes and perspectives on how people conduct their content. Like for me, um, I'm just not that creative. I'm not as creative. So I will go and enjoy someone else's content that is creative like that. And I just come over here, talk my talk, and get up off, and that's
Hmm.
okay. I love the fact that YouTube creates an environment where everybody can have a unique perspective, and people have a full plethora of options of who they
Hmm.
can watch discussing even the same topic.
Yeah, and I hope it gets to stay like that. There's so many
Yeah,
changes happening now with being able to do stuff, I guess, online. I hope it doesn't. I keep hoping that that stuff doesn't spill over into YouTube world.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Where
But you know
where it
what?
starts to control stuff.
I actually think YouTube is going to they're going to work harder to get even better, because I heard through the grapevine and on another channel, a larger platform, that Netflix is actually going to get into trying to create a platform
Oh,
such as YouTube. Yep.
yeah, because
Yes.
you know what? If you want to have something now, you can just get on YouTube and create it
Exactly.
and do
Exactly.
anything you want. I wish I still
Yeah.
had the funding to have continued my talk show. I would have kept doing that, and just put it out here like that every couple weeks.
Well, listen, you have your following is growing so quickly that people will support you in efforts like that, you know?
Yeah.
So they love your
Hopefully
content
we'll
so
get there.
much. It'll grow to that
Hopefully
point
we'll
for
get
sure.
there. But listen, girl, we gotta protect beyond the gates because I
Absolutely.
I don't want to see it go nowhere. Because I told them last night, I said, what we gonna do if we wake up one morning and they done snatched it off the air? What y'all gonna do?
Whew,
What we gonna
I
do?
don't know what I'm gonna do, because I'm just like, look, I threaten to leave all the daggone time. If they do this, I'm leaving. I ain't going nowhere.
Girl, I don't care what they do with these storylines. Cause I'm here for the ride. It makes me laugh when I mean, like literally, I like when I'm watching it and my mouth fall open and I stop writing and just stare at the TV and I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah,
You
yeah, that daggone that Leslie good for that. She good for that
know.
for sure. But that whole, I just think that they, while there can be many improvements with some of the writing aspects of the show, which it was so dope for you to interview one of the writers on the show. I think that was so. Wait, he wasn't a
He's a
writer,
director. He's
he
a
was a
director. Yeah, he
director.
directed
Yes.
yesterday's episode, as a matter of fact.
Oh, wow. Okay. So
Yeah.
just to be that close to the show, where people
Hmm.
are interested in your channel that way, I think it's dope that they have such a vested interest in what the viewers think, You know what I'm saying? And I
If they
think
were
that,
smart,
yeah,
they would learn from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Love and Marriage Huntsville only got as big as it was because of the online support. Because as I told my, like, I got a cousin that watched Love and Marriage Huntsville, right?
mm-hmm,
She loved Marceau. She
mm,
loved him, and I said, you know why you love him? Because you don't know nothing about him outside of what they show you for 40 minutes on screen. I said,
yep,
but there's a whole other show that exists, if you will, about them outside of that. And he is nothing like what you think you're looking at over
correct.
here, you know. And she
Mm-hmm.
don't want to hear that. You can't say nothing about him. She thinks he's a
See?
family man. She thinks he's like she thinks that what is his name? Martell is really just accusing him of stuff and just. And I'm like, child, that
If
raggedy
she only
man.
knew. If she
Yeah.
only knew,
So,
child.
but Beyond the Gate should learn from them because if they could continue to grow the show outside of the show, they would really have something like whoever it was that said we're gonna really make a person sell it. That was really smart.
Mm-hmm.
They put Keith's song, you know, the new Ted. They put new Ted's song in the show. Really smart.
Yeah,
So
I
to go
heard
in and
it.
keep
I was
selling things like
hoping
that is
to
smart.
hear more of it though. Like it was just
Hmm.
very like very much so background noise,
It's
you
for
know.
sale. It's a good song. And you can find it on YouTube called Forever Bay.
Yeah, I posted it on my
Hmm.
community wall a few days ago, the day before it
Hmm.
came out on the episode, because he had put in the comments on the YouTube posting that he was that it was going to come out on the show the next day. So
Hmm.
I was like, man, this is dope. And he's a good singer. Remember, he was in Dreamgirls.
Oh yeah, he can sing his face
Yeah,
off.
he can sing his tail off. I
Yeah, he
remember
can
when
sing his face off.
he was on the Power Rangers. Like he been doing his thing for a long time, okay? He's been in a lot
So,
of movies. He's done his thing.
oh yeah, he's done his thing over the years. But I hope that the actors and all of that that they, really realize make time for these people who are YouTubing for this show because to review a show every day
Yeah,
is not an easy task. To review a
absolutely
show
not.
every 2, 3 days is
Mm,
not an easy task. So if you need to keep your watchers engaged, I'm telling you, I hope they take a lesson out of the book now.
no, I commend
Melanie Cherie ain't where she at just because she's beloved. She was also smart.
right.
She's
Exactly.
very marketing smart.
She knows who buttered her bread for sure.
Hmm. Yeah, she's
So, and
very
that's
smart
why,
marketing wise.
yep, I think she's actually on YouTube TikTok today,
Oh, okay.
promoting another, doing some more, selling her product. So yeah,
I
she
was glad
knows.
to see the kids in some pictures.
Yeah, I wonder if now she can post them
I think
because
that
the
now that
girls.
I think Martell must be making money off of it. Like she probably had to give him part of that, so that's probably why he
Mm,
allowed that.
you think
Hmm.
so?
Hmm.
I don't
Hmm.
know. I think maybe he done lost enough
Hmm.
cases where now she ain't got to give him jack because the girls. I don't know. I hope she ain't got to pay him nothing, but the
I
girls,
couldn't be bothered with him.
I couldn't either. I know, but
Hmm.
now I love that they can actually the tennis wear. I guess she has like some
Hmm.
outfits now, and they
Hmm.
were able to model them for her and do the pictures. I love that. Now all the kids can be represented in the business because I
That's
know Sugar
nice.
Mama for a while she couldn't even have her face on the bottles
Mm-mm.
anymore,
That's crazy.
which is
But
yeah,
yet we can see the other child anytime we want to.
child.
I don't
Mm,
even see how the court said that okay, we can do it that way. Why? You got your other child posted up. Why are you doing that just to these children?
a mess, a whole
Mm-mm.
mess. But
Mm.
thank you so much for all that you do. Listen, when you say doing that every day, I commend y'all because there is no look. I'm trying to establish a level of consistency with the things that I do. So for you all getting on here every day and doing your commentary and not just doing it well, it is absolutely amazing, and it creates my routine every day. So thank you so much for contributing to the positive points of my life.
Oh, girl, and look, and the same to you, because you know what your channel did for me. It got me through a very hard time. That's how I found you. And I
Yeah,
would come in and I'm like, is
I
that lady on? Oh, she on. And like, because I come in from the hospital and I would just sit here and watch you doing your reviews and be cracking up and laughing. So you got me through some tough times, and I'm never gonna, ever gonna, never gonna forget that.
I appreciate that. And listen, I'm glad that, I was able to be that resource. And I'm going to continue to be a resourceful viewer of your content because you do so well. And I'm always going to shout you out on my channel. I don't care what you say. So
Well, you ain't got to, but I appreciate you, girl.
I want to. But
All
thank
right.
you so much for coming up. You know, it's always a pleasure.
All right. Bye. Bye, Shasters.
Oh, I
Okay.
love
Bye
it. Like
bye.
we don't have a name. Maybe we do now.
All right. There you go.
Bye
All right.
bye.
I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.
All right, thanks. Bye bye. All right, y'all. If nobody else wants to come up, I'm gonna get on up out of here and go find me something to eat, child. Okay. But thank y'all so much for watching. Please, please do not forget to like the video, comment down below if there's anything else that you want to say, because I always respond. Okay. Please don't forget to share this video with anybody else that's watching this with us too. And in the words of Lonnie B, don't let no bitch upset you. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.